Out this week,
Yes, sir.
vibe, mood tape.
I can't waste no time, so I shoot it straight. Cuba to an 8, it's a bank shot. Let it play and press rewind. I won't hesitate, tell it to her face, it's a bank job. You know I want you. See it in my demeanor, my persona. Ever since I first you, I was on you. It's graphic how I tease you, I'm a charmer. Let's take it slowly, this ain't no race. What you on that bed, I ain't Superman, I like my space. This sweet forbidden fruit got too much taste. Dripping down my face. She wrote me in a link. Watch her waist rolling for a second, see it swing. I'm in trouble if it's as good as I think.
Fire.
She make it straight.
Yeah.
I might need a drink. I might need to warm you up with something, cause you ice cold. Lady in the streets and when the lights go, you change your body, switch your tempo, right? Freaky but nobody has to know. I'ma turn you on, turn you on, turn you on, turn you on.
Fire.
Music video out for that. Turn You On. Y'all go check that out on YouTube.
Yes, and yo, you did an outstanding
did
job
great.
on that. And I will say this one last thing.
Yes, sir.
Sing it if you know it, yeah. Welcome to a humble abode, nigga.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Johnny Kyng,
Aquil J.
Coach Boogie, baby.
and this is
The Woes.
2021.
2021,
Yes,
that's your
sir.
motherfucking ass. Shouts out to YouTube. We on the way. We on the Wizzy, you heard?
We on the way.
And podcast world, we appreciate you guys rocking with us, man.
Since
and
day one.
day ones, you heard? But let's just jump right into it, man. Happy New Year to everybody
Happy
in
New
this
Year.
room.
Happy 2021.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, it's good to see that my boys, we all made it out safely, healthy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You know, the last year was pretty rough for everybody, but everybody made it through. And for those who didn't, rest in peace. For those who are still struggling, prayers are with you. But yeah, let's get this ball rolling. So, first topic of 2021, I think, is something that everybody, especially from what happened last year, is kind of focused on when we transition from 2020 to 2021, and that's growth, right? What it means to you, what it actually entails, how the process happens. First question of the day is going to be, what does growth mean to you in terms of your artistry? Now, before actually anybody answers, I do want to say, our guy Boogie is he's already been a part of the Woes for a very, very long time at this point, but
Facts.
he is the official third member now.
Facts.
You
Facts.
will be seeing his face more in the camera and stuff like that once we get everything up and rolling this year and stuff like that. But just wanted to make that quick side note.
And he will be getting a microphone.
And he will be getting his own microphone. Y'all won't have to hear this burly ass gorilla nigga just talking in the background like, yeah, so my opinion is.
I mean, honest, to be completely honest with y'all niggas, like.
But yeah, what does growth mean to y'all in terms of your artistry? If you want me to answer first, I will, or if you guys can go, doesn't matter.
I think I'll save you for after, right? Pause.
And
we're back.
There it
Oh
goes.
my god. I don't understand. What the fuck?
TV timeout.
But yeah, so for me, growth artistry wise
Yeah,
is
your artist, your first, since you're going, your creativity and stuff like that when it comes to songwriting, vocal production, things of that nature.
my what does growth mean to me?
Yeah.
Like
What you do.
being able to adapt in any situation, you know what I mean? Like I'm blessed and fortunate enough to like work with a lot of dope artists right now, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm just blessed to be able to get the call.
Yeah.
But when you get that call, you have to like understand who you're dealing with, like, you know what I'm saying? Like who's that artist? What does that artist talk about? What's their vision and everything like that? And like you have to find your way to fit into it and still put your stamp on it. And I'm blessed enough to say that my stamp is there, but at the same time, I'm able to coexist with them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whether it's me co-writing, whether it's me writing it, like, it doesn't matter, or me producing it, like it's all the same. So I think growth is for my job, you know, being in the midst of greatness and doing what you do best.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And not being afraid of doing what you do best, you know, and adapt to any situation and just fucking create legendary shit.
When you say your stamp, do you by any chance happen to mean you gonna love this?
You damn right. You are damn right. You're damn right.
You gonna love this.
You're damn right. And I should and this year I'm gonna make it a mission to make sure that I say it more.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's there, you know, people know about it and everything like that, but that shit's gonna be a household name eventually. So like I just gotta, you know what I mean? So that's me, baby.
That's that.
Ooh, for that.
We back, baby.
Back, baby. Yeah, I mean, pretty much the same. Not much different. I think just more so knowing what needs to be done and what doesn't need to be done. You know what I mean? Like, I'm very much an overthinker when it comes to my craft, and I'm very much a like, all right, we gotta do this, we gotta do that, we gotta do this, and it's like sometimes all of that doesn't need to be done to get it rolling, like to get it in motion. And a lot of things can come along organically as things grow. I think my biggest problem with my craft, whether it was music or camera work or anything I wanted to do, I've always like had a vision in my head where it's like I wanna do it how I see it in my head. I don't wanna do it on like a base level and then build up to how I see it in my head. I wanna start with it how I see it in my head. You know what I mean? Because first impressions are everything.
Fact.
But I'm learning. Part of my growing is being able to not have it all the way perfected while I work the kinks out, instead of just being on some like, alright, I can't do it how I want to do it, so fuck that idea, let's move on.
Mm-hmm.
Like my growth for me personally is like taking my ideas and like, alright,
manifesting them.
Yeah, manifesting them and building them and because you know what I mean, I feel like all of us since we were high school, junior high, we've all had very good ideas countless amount of times.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason or another, they didn't come to fruition. But I'm thinking that for me personally, a lot of the reasoning of things not coming to fruition is me not wanting to build them organically because I see it in my mind. I want to just do it now. I know my idea. I know I can do it. Let's do it now. But in reality, sometimes you got to build up to the vision. So I think growth for me is not getting discouraged when I still got building to do in my ideas.
Okay. That's
fire.
Stats. All right.
That's fire.
So
that's fire.
To sum it, we got adaptability,
and awareness.
Adaptability and awareness.
Like awareness of what I am.
Okay, got you.
You know what I'm saying? What I contribute to them, which is, you know.
For you manifesting what you have in your mind, regardless of, I guess, wherever you are at the time or resources.
Yeah.
Okay. For me,
it's about to be the
Yeah.
This nigga said for me.
It would have to be the acceptance, kind of like in between like what you both kind of said, acceptance, but more so acceptance of the fact that trial and error is a must. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like so many times in my journey, my personal journey or my musical journey, creative journey, or anything else in life, I've tried to just skip over the trial and error to just find what is right. Like, what's gonna work, when that's just not how life is in any kind of circumstance that you're in. Trial and error is necessary in everything. So you have to try and fail, regardless if you don't care about failing and you're cool with failing as many times as you can until you get that success, or if you are so afraid of that failure that you're even too scared just to try once, right? That it's all necessary. And I feel like once people, or at least myself, when I was able to accept that trial and error was a necessary part for me to grow creatively and just in my own mental, in my own spirit, is when I really, like, my growth just became exponential in all areas of my life. It's just something that you can't fight. It's something that you have to accept and you just have to go through. Life isn't something that you just skip over like a movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just press forward or rewind, whatever it is. No, you got to look at what happened. You got to watch the movie. You got to accept what happened. And then if it didn't work, you got to try something else.
Yo, and that's one of the most powerful parts about it, bro. The accept what happened part. Yeah. Because a lot of people struggle with that part of it.
You try to forget about it sometimes, you know? You try to forget about it, or you try to make it seem like it wasn't as bad as what it was. You know, I know with some of my projects that I put out in the past, like, especially like my first one, it didn't really do too well. You know, not that it wasn't well received, but there just weren't many ears to it. And that hurt a lot. You know, I never really even told you guys just how bad it made me feel. But when I came out with my last project, I got a lot more ears on that. Not as many as I would have liked, but it was a trial and error. I looked at whatever happened with the last one, and I said, you know what? A lot of that shit that I did, I can't do this time. And if I'm going to do something different, I can't be afraid to just be different. You know? So, yeah.
While I'm away, streaming on all streaming platforms, make sure you download, stream it.
Like, niggas took a little break, came back, spit.
Yeah, bro. I wanted to cut you off, but I wanted to let you finish just so I could. Because this nigga, bro, that was crazy. That was.
I'm sitting here
I was sitting there like, wow, gems.
This nigga's on his way.
Fucking gems. You know, it's like, I mean, but
He's
you know,
going somewhere. I don't know where,
but the nigga hit you with the, you know, such is life though, man. I mean, you don't. Once that came in, I was like, oh yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Such is life.
How you feeling?
Such is life.
Such is life.
No, such is life.
That was just a snippet of the Johnny Kyng sabbatical.
Boy,
let's go.
Look, ask me after this one.
All right.
You know, I know. I'm gonna give a little bit more context. To this. So I'm sure if you guys have been watching, which some of you have, you guys have heard these guys mention
Johnny Kyng sabbatical.
So, given that this topic is growth, that was the biggest thing that happened to me in 2020, and we're gonna dive into it. And these guys, I guess, are gonna do a little mini interview on me as to
facts
how it changed me, because it changed me forever.
Listen, people, if you go back and watch the old episodes, for like 8 episodes straight, I have been asking, what are we doing, Johnny sabbatical?
That's
and
a
every
fact.
episode is, oh no, next one, wait.
Yeah.
We here now.
Nigga here now. Let's go. Let's go.
First of all, you are a brave soul for doing Johnny sabbatical. I just want you to know.
That's a fact.
You know, push it forward. Push the
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Yeah,
Push it forward.
That's what we do.
We're gonna open some eyes this year. You know what I mean?
Say that.
Open
Say
some
that.
eyes,
Say
open some
that.
minds, you know what I mean?
Say that.
So, must you switch up to grow? You know how some people look at other people and they're like, "Oh, you switched up," or like, "You've changed," but it's more in like the negative tense of it, like the negative way that somebody would view your quote unquote switch up. You know, internally for you guys, do you feel that that's something that is necessary for either people to think of you or for you to think of yourself? The switch up.
In the words of the great artist Boogie, on whom which I share a name, he said,
"The cheddar always better with the rice."
and we found out that is true. The cheddar is better with the rice.
That's for you, baby.
Sabbatical.
Let's go. Let's go. I'm ready.
Yeah, she gonna watch us be like, "Oh,
She gonna watch me like, oh shit.
My man A Boogie said,
That was fire.
and if they hit, we hitting right back. I never lied. And they say money change you, I guess they right. Well, at least I tried. at least I try. I think to grow you do change.
I like that.
Change. I think that. Yeah, I think you change. I think you don't have to completely go to the dark side, but I think that just from being around people who have made it to the level that I want to make it, there is a part of you that just can't maneuver the way you maneuvered before you got where you're going. Once you're in that trajectory of getting where you're going, along that path, things come into your life that change the direction of your life, that change who you are as a person. Now, I'm not saying that you go from being a regular cool guy to a murderer, not like that.
Yeah, no, I get you.
But you definitely go from being the nigga who maybe missed a family man, I don't see my family as much. Or maybe the nigga who was lazy and you thought, okay, now I'm just focused on money. Like things have to change. Things have to change. Because if you could get to that level of growth where you are already, you'd be there. It wouldn't be growth. It would just be who you are. Yeah. Growth, the definition of growth is change in some capacity. You know what I mean? So I think so. I think you have to change in
let me follow it up with another quote from either the GOAT, the current GOAT, or definitely top 3, top 5, one of them. I forgot a little bit of the verse, so I just have.
You're paraphrasing?
No, I have it right here.
Oh, okay.
Y'all didn't see me tippity typing. Sorry, mama, I promised it wouldn't change me, but I would have went insane had I remained the same me. Fuck niggas, bitches too. All I got is this money. This will do. Oh.
And then you had the almost great Shad Moss tell you, money doesn't change you. It changes the people.
I'm sorry.
And that was a lie, so you know he's not up there with them.
Hold on.
Yes! This nigga quoted Bow Wow and said shit was. And then he said clearly that was a lie because he's not up there with them.
Bro.
Yo, go home.
Nah.
Go home.
Y'all remember that thing I said about him officially being the third member?
Cap.
All cap.
Oh my goodness.
All cap.
I'm gonna get our show canceled.
Yo, first episode. He
Let's
I can't believe he said that. This nigga said,
yo. Nah, you see that lottery ticket though?
Yeah.
No.
That's what I can't front back then. That was when he was like popping a little bit.
Lottery ticket
was a great fucking movie.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah. He just like acting like little kids know who he is.
Like no, those little kids are.
Who am I? I'm nobody. I'm fucking nobody. I ain't got no place to say nothing.
Yeah, right.
But hey.
But yeah, to answer your question, I think
yeah.
But I mean, I'm also very okay with being wrong about that. I'm okay with being wrong.
I don't think you are, man. I think you. I don't know who said some shit like, "Oh, if you don't have haters, you ain't doing it right," or whatever it is. Like,
right.
not necessarily like if you don't have haters, you're not doing it right.
You get where he's coming. Yeah.
It's just everything in life is balance, right? The exponential growth that you're trying to have in like a positive light is automatically, it has to be balanced out by some kind of like negative, right? Not necessarily with you, but that negative perception of you that will build up in somebody who, I don't know, maybe you were close with them and then you guys kind of drifted apart a little bit because you went on your journey, that person went on their journey. Maybe it was somebody or like an ex or something like that who you guys meant a lot to each other, but you guys were just growing in two different places. You know what I mean? But there's that little bit of a resentment or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, watch your mouth. So I think it's a given. It's a given. Like you can't escape the switch up. If you're really trying to grow and be who you want to be, the reason why you want to be who you want to be is because you look in the mirror and you're like, I don't want to be that. The thing in your mind is, I want to be that. This is not that. I don't want this. I want that. So you have to switch because that's literally switching.
It's a new thing. Yeah.
Just the personification of just fucking you. Like it's a new you.
So let me ask you: do you think that there's a difference between changing versus, like you said, people's perception of you? Like maybe you didn't change, but certain people think you changed because of their own personal reasons. Something like maybe Aquil would loan you money, and now Aquil got money. He's not loaning you money no more.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you think that changed? Do you think he just different with his money now?
No, because that's more of like a materialistic sense of things. Yeah, I was trying really hard not to laugh at that one. But that's on you. I was gonna blow right past
I'm not saying
it.
nothing. I'm not saying nothing. I'm not
right
saying
past
nothing.
that shit.
I'm not saying nothing.
But you just
I'm not saying
wanna
nothing. Yeah, I'm not just.
want to giggle. Nah, it's not even about that. It's completely different.
I'm not saying nothing.
We just gonna speed past it like that ain't even happened. Anyways, I'm sorry. What was your question, bro?
Perception of
Oh, okay, yeah. So,
like if I loaned you money.
Alright, let's just move on.
heard you, cut. It's nah, you're leaving.
Yeah, fast.
It's impossible for you to change and completely stay. It's like the quote that I just read, bro. Like, bro, like you can't. Something in you has to change, and if somebody sees that and it leaves a bad taste in their mouth, like they're not necessarily wrong. They're not used to the new you. They're not used to that. So regardless if their opinion is a little biased because of the old you that they had a relationship with, it's still coming from a genuine place of, well, I won't say genuine. It's still coming from a place of, this is the you that I used to get along with and know, and we were close. This new you, I don't really know I could rock with you or not because of this, that, and the third that has changed of you and about you. And something in there has to be, it's got to be like a switch. You know what I mean? Maybe not to the extent that they're saying like, oh, you know, we used to hang out every single day. No, fuck that. Even let's use that example that you gave me. Aquil would lend me some bread, and and now that he got money, he's not doing that. There's truth to that, right? Because you got bread now and you're not doing it. Before you didn't really have bread like that, but you were doing it. So there's truth to that. But what's your reason for you not doing that, right? Is it because now that you have bread, you have to provide for not just your fiance? Ooh. Ooh. For those of you
don't know,
who may not know,
who are just tuning in,
my brother proposed to me. I'm gonna get into Soleil, but my brother proposed to me. I am his best man. Because he proposed to his girlfriend and now he got a fiance and stuff like that.
But more importantly,
he proposed to me and I am his best man.
No, baby, that's what we do.
Nah, but that's no. Congrats to you guys.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Congrats to you guys.
so I just want an invitation.
Yeah, come on, bro. It's already there. It's already on the list. We still gotta figure all that shit out, but yeah.
I always gotta make it about you, bro.
Facts.
From the nigga who just said he proposed.
Just kidding.
Yeah, man. Fuck the fiance shit.
But yeah, to wrap up my opinion, I think that to some extent it has to be true, you know, even if it's just the slightest. So,
I hear you. Do you think it's a bad thing? Do you think changing is that on the docket? I don't know.
It really goes person to person, but it really depends on your moral compass. What you think is right, what you think is wrong. Like I don't understand. I can't really speak.
I just don't get it. I don't get it.
What's happening?
This nigga is wildin', bro. This nigga is KD. This nigga is KD right now, bro.
What is happening?
Mind you, my sabbatical ended in October, and we've definitely done episodes since then. Okay, so
I don't know what the fuck is going on.
It's the new year, guys.
Mm-hmm.
It's the new year.
Yeah.
But yeah.
For me, I think change happens. Change happens internally when the person that you were isn't good enough. By it's not good enough to you. You know what I'm saying? And that happens in each and every one of us. People are gonna be satisfied with it. People are gonna be dissatisfied.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Change comes right there. You know what I'm saying? Are you happy with it? And where do you lack? What areas are you lacking? Things that you've heard, or you look at yourself in the mirror and you don't like what you see.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So now that's where the change starts to happen. But at the same time, it's also surrounding too. You know what I'm saying? Things that you've manifested are gonna come to you. You know what I mean? And now that if you're around 5 millionaires, you're way more likely to be the sixth. If you're around 5 broke niggas, you're very likely to be the sixth.
Facts.
And it's up to you to figure out where you want to be. Do you want to be with that? Do you want to grow into something else? And as far as people's perception, they too have to look at themselves in the mirror too at the same time. You know what I mean? They have to look at themselves. They're going to look at you and cross their insecurities onto you like you did something wrong by growing. I didn't do anything wrong. I did what I was supposed to do.
Oh my God, nigga. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to do what you have to do in order to succeed in life. Like, you're going to look at yourself in the mirror and say, I don't want that for myself anymore. And you're going to make the change. And if people don't fuck with it, tough fucking cookies. But at the same time, they're going to use you. They're going to use you as either a fight or flight type of situation. You know what I mean? He did something to himself to better himself or to worsen himself, whatever. I don't want to end up like that, or I want to be just like that. 5 millionaires, you're going to be the sixth. 5 broke people, you're going to be the sixth.
This nigga talking about me. This nigga got finally proposed to his girl, and now he's just like, yo, like, I know all this shit about life, and I'm just let y'all niggas know because hell yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's my viewpoint on change and everything like that. You know what I mean? It's positive, and everybody change. You have to change in order to grow. You know?
So you guys would say that self-improvement is necessary for your growth in your
1,000%.
Your particular field of creativity.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because if you as is were, and I don't mean this to say that you should look down on yourself, because I'm about to say the phrase good enough. But if you as yourself already were good enough to be the person you want to be, you would be that person. There's something fundamentally missing before you can go from person A to person B. Something has to change. If you wanted to be person B already, you would already be that person. It doesn't have to change, you feel me? So even if it's like the difference between waking up at 8 a.m. or waking up at noon or something, like something has to grow for you to become the person that you want to be, unless you would already be that.
What is happening? What is happening? Yo,
this nigga went from being a gorilla to a wise panda.
Yeah.
This nigga.
Yeah. And
So we gonna have to take that
break. This is still going.
This right
Hey
here?
yo, this is brought to you in part by the good folks over at S&B Productions.
S&B Productions.
Yeah,
and we're back.
Yo,
I gotta say it. Listen,
yo, what?
We have a lot of inside jokes on the Woes. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
I just gotta say it.
Oh my God, man.
I still owe Johnny money. Yo, Boog, when you said this shit, I couldn't contain myself. Yo. I'm sitting here like, yeah, you owe Aquil some money. I'm sitting there like, what? I wish, nigga. I owe this nigga money. I said, you know what? He just had to wait. You just gotta wait, bro. I just got engaged. You know what I mean? So you just got to wait.
Yo, nigga, Johnny seen you propose like that. Like, for a nigga that owe me money, that's an expensive ring for a nigga.
Niggas looking like, you want me to bring the ring to Mexico?
Yeah. Nigga said,
how much this ring cost?
Yeah. Oh, so you got you got money.
Okay. So not only you owe me money, but now I'm liable for your ring.
No, I'm liable.
So now if something happens, I owe you money.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly, nigga.
It's
That's
the
the
mental
bottom
thing,
line.
It's the mental thing.
Oh shit, yo. Oh man.
That's hilarious. Son.
Johnny, I got you, bro. Just
I know, man.
If you want to do a podcast and you want it to work, do it with your actual friends.
Yeah, facts. Yeah.
Facts.
Don't just be picking people off the street like, oh, you sound good on TV, you look good on the nigga, nah, do it with your friends. We have been genuine friends for well over 15
10
years.
plus.
10,
15.
yeah, 15.
Well over.
Shit.
Yeah.
That's hilarious to me.
Yeah.
That's mad funny.
It's been a very, very long time.
I owe him money. I do. I do. I do. And I keep telling him I'm gonna pay him back, and he's just like, "Yeah, all right, bro, cap." But yo,
Oh man, what can I say?
Johnny Kyng sabbatical, man. It's
Johnny
almost,
Kyng
he's like, "Hey, you know
sabbatical,
what? Hey, man, money's not the problem. Money's just money,
It's just a thing.
right, Johnny?" I mean, do you really need the money? You know what I'm saying? Like, after the journey that you've been on 2020, is money really all that to you? Brother? Best man!
This nigga looked at me now and said, right, Chuck? I'm just saying, right?
Right?
Yo, what is wrong with you, son?
So,
Oh, shit.
how do we start this topic? Do you guys want me to give like a little backstory, or do you guys just want to jump into some questions?
Sabbatical time?
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you. Yeah, no, I think. All right, listen. So I'll just give you the So, Johnny thinks that he is better than anybody.
My God!
Take it from the top. Let's take it from the top.
Johnny thinks
Foremost,
he
the
is
bottom line is,
better than any and
Oh,
everyone
man,
in this
that's-
entire world.
that's
So what does
good.
he do?
That's good.
He tries to better himself even more every single day. Thus, the Johnny sabbatical was born. You know what I'm saying? He kind of looked at himself in the mirror and said, you know, this ain't me. I'm already the G, but I need to add the O, the A, and the T.
He's a writer, ladies and gentlemen.
Wait. Did you get that from somebody?
No.
No?
I just came up with that over. Yeah,
Nigga,
spot
don't let
on.
me find out that you got that
I
from
swear to God,
somebody.
spot on,
I'm
spot on.
really-
Yo, if somebody's
Spot
in the
on.
comments,
Yeah, I'm
Nah,
really
go
come
ahead.
for
Nah,
your life, like,
swear to God. Nah.
Okay.
That was me. But you went on. He went on a journey that, I mean, to this day, I'm still so proud of you and everything that you have changed and accomplished and just turned into overall. It's quite noticeable for everybody that's around you, and then the world that sees you. You know what I'm saying? We're not looking at the same person, and it was very motivating for myself and for the people around you. You know what I'm saying? So your change inspired a lot of people. I will tell you that. So the Johnny Kyng sabbatical we laugh at, but it is like, it's some intense shit. And, you know, it's all made you, it is what has made you who you are right now. You know what I'm saying? And the journey that you're on, I'm very grateful that you did it. You know?
Thank you.
I mean, so Boog, I don't know if Boog, you asked a question off camera before we started, before you knew what the topic was, before we knew what the topic was. You were like, "Fuck, man." It was something about like what?
Like what made me do it?
Yeah, like it was
Alright,
something
cool.
like that.
So, the Johnny Kyng sabbatical. It all began last year once quarantine really like went into effect, and at least in New York State, I'm sure we have listeners from like all over the country, whatever. In New York State, only essential businesses could be open, so there were no gyms, there were no restaurants, there were no, like, literally nothing. Even the parks, like, you had to socially distance if you were
desolate.
outside. Like, it was just pretty OD.
Some I Am Legend shit.
Yeah, facts. So in that time, thank the Lord, you know, I didn't lose my job. I was working. I was definitely still on my shit when it came to my job and stuff, but I just kind of had a realization that I wasn't happy with where I was in every other aspect of my life. Like, I have a really good job that, you know, provides me with pretty much what I need.
Talk your shit.
But it doesn't provide me what I want.
Talk your shit.
And I realized around like March, April-ish, especially after my sister graduated, which, gosh, congratulations.
Talk her shit.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to her, hustling. Right
Talk
now.
her shit, bro.
Nurse Gellin.
Talk her shit, bro.
You know what I mean? That I needed to level up in some kind of way. And we all have different demons that we battle with
Amen.
every day. You know what I mean?
Amen.
My biggest demon at the time, at least, was
It was vagina.
It was the V.
was just sexual desire and sexual energy and stuff like that, and it definitely
Vagina.
it took over a pretty big part of my life for a while. So I decided to go on for a while.
I remember the question I asked now.
Okay, good.
For a while, I'd been doing this
Save it.
thing. I don't know if you guys have heard this thing called NoFap. It's just pretty much where you abstain from watching porn, masturbation, orgasm, stuff like that. I'd been doing that, but I was still
Not until listening.
sexually active. And then I discovered another thing that would be a step further from that, which is a thing called semen retention, which there's a lot of different theories on it and research and this, that, and the third. All it means is that you just don't.
You don't bust
you
a
don't
nut.
bust. You don't bust.
You don't bust a nut.
Right? And I did that for about 6 months. 6 months. So from about, I think it was April to October. Yup. Yup, I didn't beat my man. Shout out Goofy too. And I'm already, I try to be a spiritual person. I try to be present. I just didn't feel spiritual and present in my life. I didn't feel like I was doing myself justice the way that I was living. I didn't feel like I was doing my career justice, my creativity justice, my music justice, my body justice. So I went on a spiritual, physical, emotional. I still had like past trauma from past relationships and stuff like that I was dealing with, and I was just finding my outlet in everywhere else than from where I should have found it, which was internally. And if it's going to be anything external, which is actually still internally, music, because it comes from within.
Talk your shit.
So from April to October, I was on semen retention. I focused on just honing in on the person that I wanted to be. I started writing down like daily affirmations. I started trying to get closer to God. I started meditating. I started just doing everything that I could to kind of just uplift my soul and my spirit. And it did. Everything that I did worked. Everything that I did to that and everything that I wanted to be, I've become. And now I truly feel like the groundwork is laid for me to be and do whatever it is that I want to be and do. That's another reason why I'd been so far away, so distant from music. I hadn't done music in a very long time. I hadn't anything because I just didn't really know who this new me was going to be. Now, after months of accepting my failures and appreciating my successes, I know who I am and who I want to be and how I want to go about my life with the confidence that I needed, with the hope that I was lacking, with the spiritual faith that I didn't have, with the emotional stability that I didn't have, with the mental clarity that I didn't have, and with the physical strength that I didn't have.
Talk your shit.
Now I have it.
Talk your shit.
So whenever they say Johnny Kyng sabbatical, that's pretty much what they're talking about. But all in all, reason why this was brought up is because the topic is growth, and I could honestly say that fundamentally changed my me to the point where now I can look at myself in the mirror and I see value when I didn't really see anything. I can
Talk your shit.
write my music now and it feels like me. Like it's me. Before it felt like I was trying to be something, but I didn't know what that something was. Now when I write, I'm like, yeah,
That's me.
talk your shit.
Talk your shit.
Talk your shit,
That's me.
King.
Talk your shit.
You
Yeah.
know, I really live that. I really am about that. I really does this.
Talk your shit.
Come on, man.
So at this point in time, I just want to make a public service announcement that I am completely 100% unfuckwithable.
Talk your shit. Talk your shit. Pussy. Yo, let's go.
And I would like to make a public service announcement on his behalf. Sabbatical over, bitches.
Nah, it's been over. It's been over for a while. It's been over for a while.
Where the hoes at?
Yo, this nigga is in rare form today,
I know,
bro.
he really is. You truly are in the rarest of forms.
It's so crazy how that happens when I don't drink.
Look at that.
This
See?
is sober me.
Sobriety.
Sorry,
Sobriety.
we'll be back at it next week.
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah.
All in all, though, the growth aspect of what I did in terms of my creativity, because that's what this is really about, it made me comfortable and confident. And obviously still, you're always going to have like those thoughts in the back of your mind, like, oh, you're not good enough. Maybe you shouldn't this, maybe you shouldn't that. But there's a difference between being like afraid and there's a difference of just not believing in yourself. I feel like those are like two different things. Like fear is something that you can overcome. You can believe in yourself, but you can still be afraid of whatever's to come or whatever it is. But not believing in yourself, that's completely separate from fear. That is
It's worse.
that makes fear turn into something just completely different that you can't handle. But when you take the time to grow and focus on you, I promise you, you take 6 months. Whoever's watching this, you take 6 months to just work on you. Fuck everything else, y'all. Your friends, if they're really your friends, they don't understand. They did. They understood.
We was here.
Mm-hmm.
If you got a girl or if you talking to women, whatever it is, I'd recommend just leave that for a little bit. Leave it behind. And just focus on you, man. And I'm telling you, in your creative space, in your mental space, and just everything will just come. So. Literally! But yeah.
Yo.
That's what I have to say about that.
First and foremost, bro, I'm proud of you. You know what I mean?
Thanks.
I know that was not an easy thing to do, and I love hearing you speak on it, like on the newfound level of clarity that you have, and all of that. Like Aquil said, it's genuinely inspiring, bro, and it you know what I mean? It means a lot to us just to know that you are in a good space with yourself.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Like it's a lot of people outside are not in good spaces, and it's like when you got friends who aren't in good spaces, it takes a toll on you too, because it's like, damn, bro, my man's is really going through it. I'm really worried about my man's. So you know what I mean? It's good to not to say that you were in a bad space or nothing like that. Let me not paint that narrative. Like Johnny was so
Yeah. Just where he didn't want to be.
I was just in limbo.
Right.
Limbo.
But it's just good to hear you. Like it's good when people speak highly of you, but I like to hear people speak highly of themselves now. You know what I mean? Like, and that's a good thing.
Yeah.
It's good. So
Yeah. Talk y'all shit.
Hold on.
Talk y'all shit.
I need to get that because that was amazing. Go ahead, Boogie.
No, yeah, G shit, bro. Like, it's one thing to have people speak highly of you and have your friends hype you up and everybody gas you up, but when you can speak highly of yourself and really believe the words and really feel that, nigga, that's a beautiful thing, my nigga. So it's like self-love.
Hashtag talk your shit.
You know what I mean?
Talk your shit.
But I remember the question that got us here.
Oh, yeah.
The question was, how does it feel to be the thought of the Woes? The thought of
Look, this
nigga
nigga said, I am not a thought. This nigga said,
Listen, y'all. I'm just living my life.
let's fucking go.
I do have a real question.
Yeah.
What was your first sexual experience when you were done with your sabbatical? Like the first time you were with a woman again, was it like a new experience for you?
This nigga said, wow.
Right. Were you in it like,
Oh, wow. This is nice.
I was really. I was nervous.
Nigga said,
It's me. I'm gonna beat my man.
Nigga went through everything.
Nigga hit the Donald Duck.
Yo, this shit
what
is
is wrong with you niggas?
Yo.
The whole purpose of semen retention and NoFap too, and just that whole community and shit is to preserve your energy, to preserve your your sexual energy, because that's very, very strong. You ever realize, like, when you guys bust, you just tired. You just want to go to sleep, right? Or even if you go some rounds. Even if you go some rounds. After that, you are, whew, it's time to take a nap. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, you tired too bad.
Because that is something, think of it like this, right? Your semen has the power to create life, right? If it has the power to create life, then obviously it is a creative force. If that creative force is only used to fuck or masturbate, whatever it is, if you're not trying to have a baby, it's essentially going to waste aside from pleasure, right? When you do semen retention and you store it up and you save it and you absorb it, you're essentially absorbing your life force energy, your creative energy. And when, to answer your question,
I'm gonna not say nothing.
and when,
one of us gotta say it before they say it, of course.
and when the first time that I was about to do it, I was nervous as hell because I didn't know how really I was gonna feel. I was like, damn, like, am I gonna feel like all this shit that I did was like for fucking nothing or whatever? You know what I'm saying? Like, was it just a fucking waste? But nah, I was cool, bro. I fucking blasted off faster than Jimmy Neutron on that spaceship, my nigga. Yo,
Gotta go.
gotta blast. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yo,
Nigga really went Super Saiyan.
I'm fucking dead, bro.
But nah, bro. It's just, again,
I'm dead.
accepting that something that.
Semen super strength. nigga said, hey, yo, you keep that semen in your gut. keep it in your gut. And you can fly, nigga.
He said, "Don't let it go. Don't let it go.
Don't
let it go over your head."
We'll be right back.
Yo.
Don't bust
Oh
that
my
back.
god.
Oh, this nigga Johnny is crazy. There has to be another phrase for it than semen retention.
Nah, for real. Yeah, that's what it's called. Semen retention. Look it up.
Just restraining from.
Yeah. Or abstinence.
I mean, you can call it abstinence too. Yeah.
I'm gonna call it celibacy.
Celibacy.
Yeah, whatever.
I'm gonna call it semen superpowers.
Semen superpowers, bro. Nah, bro. You literally feel like you can fucking do anything. But yeah, man. Nah. You just had to. I just had to accept that was over, and this is my new life. You know?
Picked up.
How I'm gonna go forward.
Oh, okay, I got you.
You picked up a new set of luggage.
There you go.
Yeah, bro, that's what I'm saying, nigga. Through all the jokes, I am genuinely proud of you, bro. Like, that's fire. That's a fire thing to go through.
Yep. Yep.
So we are at 48 minutes.
That was a good.
Do we continue or you guys think?
I mean, my battery about to die. I was just about to break so we could change batteries, but if y'all wanna.
All right. I mean, does anybody have anything else to say or anything else to ask or anything?
Nah, I mean, you know, I think we can wrap it. I just want to say, like, if anybody wants to make a change in their life,
Start with the man in the mirror.
yeah, like, you know what I mean? No, you know, like, seriously, you really have to take a look at yourself and see if, you know, it starts with you. It starts with you. You know what I mean?
His nigga's like, he's super straight.
I can't believe
You
he
gotta keep
said
it in your gut, nigga.
He starts going, have the audacity to go like this, too. Yo. Yeah.
But no, that's facts, though.
Yeah, like, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to change that frequency. Don't be afraid to.
You said that the other day.
Yeah, bro. We all operate at a certain frequency.
And that's the fire thing that, like, the shit we come in here and say is shit we do, like, apply to our real lives.
Yeah.
Bro. Even the fact that he's saying some shit that he said out loud in person before this is like, yeah, nigga.
Yeah.
That's fire. I think one of the more important things that I just want to add in is, like, don't be afraid of growth either. Growth isn't pause. That's crazy. Don't be afraid of growing as a person.
There you go.
Cause
it's inevitable.
And it could be, you know, uncomfortable. And leaving your comfort zone to try to be something better or something more is a big step. And it can be scary and it can be challenging. So if you do feel yourself in these moments of uncomfortability, don't think that means you're doing it wrong. You know?
It means you're on the right track.
It
That's you changing. That's you changing your frequency. We all operate at a certain frequency, and then as you're changing, it's like a turnstile. A decibel. What do you call this thing?
A knob.
A knob. There you go. You're changing the knob. Yes.
Because you don't got
The Seaman Super Clarity.
Yeah. Nah, I don't. The Seaman Super Clarity is jokes. I'm done. Yo.
Let me just leave, I guess, this off with this. I came up with a formula for growth. At least this is what I think. It is, I just wrote it down. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't want to forget it. So we got failure leads to success, and mistakes lead to changes, which is what equals growth.
There you go, trying to be better than everybody.
There you go.
Failure leads to success.
And mistakes lead to changes, which equals
Look at him.
Look at me being better than Aquil.
You know what I'm saying?
Look at that.
And everyone else in the world.
Everyone else in the world.
Well, I think that's it. Let's wrap it up, guys. So it's your boy Johnny Kyng,
Aquil J,
Clutch Boogie, baby.
and we are
the Woes.
There was men.
There was.
Let me tell you something. I'ma just continue. Whoa.
Something about the rules, so no, don't play the wrong song.
That shit came in bad abrupt, bro. Pause.
We are professionals.
I heard what you said.
I said pause.